Hey everyone. So I was down to do a lightning talk at CAST, and unfortunately we ran out of time, and I didn't get to do my lightning talk. So I said I would record it and share it. So let's give it a go. So what I wanted to talk about was redefining test automation. Now, out there in the industry, there's lots of meanings for this phrase, this test automation phrase, and I wanted to go through some of them. Now, to some people, they hear test automation, they think automated testing. So that's the distinction they make. Whenever they hear anything related to test automation or automation, to them, it's automated testing. Now, if you're in the context-driven space or you're in the testing community now and you're partial to the checking and testing, then you might think automated checking when you hear the word automation. Now, and then we have like potentially some of the tool vendor section that's out there. And for their definition of automation, for test automation is, regression testing. 100% regression testing in DevOps, with AI, on the blockchain, whatever it is that's going to make you buy it, right? And then we have some other people out there that test automation equals WebDriver, test automation equals on the UI. Now, obviously, people who follow me, I have a stance on this, and what I wanted to share with the CAST audience was that for me, I'm trying to redefine test automation as automation in testing. Now, I agree. One more. To a lot of people as well, test automation equals regression testing. Sure, automation can be very useful for your regression testing, but let's not limit ourselves. And that's what I wanted to that's what I wanted to put across in my lightning talk. So I'm redefining test automation as automation in testing. Automation in testing. Automation meaning anything, meaning tools, automating little scripts in the context of testing. Let's break this monotonous pattern of focusing on regression, focusing on the UI. Even the API now has had the same factors. It's becoming like a thing like, stop doing WebDriver, let's do it all on the UI. I'm game for that. I'm happy about that. It's much better than being on the UI. But let's not stop there. So I want to see people building tools that really help and support the testers out there. Build little scripts that help the testers save 10 minutes here and there. Build lots of APIs and data connections that create data for testers, that create data for the automated checks. Focus on these little things. Think about environments. Let's be able to spin up environments so that testers can get to work quicker. And when I say testers, I mean anyone who wears that testing hat. Anyone who's trying to uncover some information about the product. Let's build little tools to help them do their job. Let's not limit ourselves by some of these definitions that have been put out there to the word test automation. One of the original definitions of it was basically tools that supported creation, execution, and the process of testing. Now, I'm not going to dive into that definition, but it kind of got lost and became this idea of doing automated testing, this end-to-end scenarios. I want to break it. I want to see people using automation to really help them with the work that they're trying to do. Little scripts here and there, little tools. Thinking of commercial tools, think of off-the-shelf tools, think dev tools, think proxies, think bug magnet. Lots of stuff out there that can be categorized as automation that helps us with our testing journey. So that's what I was going to deliver in my lightning talk at CAST. So my definition, I like to focus on 4 things in automation and testing. We focus on the strategy. How are we going to utilize automation? What's our goal with it? What are we trying to achieve? We focus on the creation. We want to create good automation that's maintainable. It's clean code. We want to think about that. We want to find a tool that works for our context. If we don't have people who have coding skills, let's go find a tool that they can utilize that's going to help them with their testing effort. And then we need to think of usage. How are we using these tools? What information are we getting out of them? How are we processing that information? What are we doing with it? Is it actually helping us? Is it misguiding us? There's this concept of the illusion of green, which I'm fascinated about. When things are green, we don't tend to do as much deeper exploratory testing as we might do when things go red. When things go red, it's like, alarm bells, what are we going to do? And then we do a lot more exploratory testing. So sometimes green tricks us. So I want people to be aware of that, and that's where the usage category comes in. And then the final category is education. We need to start educating the rest of the business on how we're using automation. If you create some fantastic tools in your company, educate the people on how to use them. Don't just build them and leave them. Educate them. Help them with them. Help them understand the tools. Help them get better use out of them and what they were designed to achieve. Right, so I had 5 minutes. We're at 4:52. CAST was awesome. I've had a great time. And I hope you find this video useful. And I'm sorry I couldn't give it on the day. Cheers. See you later.